Alright, I have this Toro push mower, 6 3/4 horsepower motor. Starts off starting fluid, but won't stay running. So we're gonna tear into the carburetor today. Show you how to do that. It's a Briggs & Stratton motor. Alright, first thing we want to do is we're gonna get this top tugging off here, which is a Phillips screws. And it should be only 2 that holds that in place. We're just going to take them screws off, slide that out of the way so it's out of my way. Next thing is we want to take the air filter off, which that bolt is 15/16, or you can use a flathead screwdriver. And that all should come off. Just like that. That air filter looks pretty bad, so I'll probably go and change that one there. Alright. Now we need to get this piece off right here. 5/16 socket. And there should be 3 bolts. And that should really be just sitting there. There's a vacuum hose back there that you have to slide off. It just comes off this. Make sure you don't lose your gasket, which it stayed on the carburetor. So make sure you don't lose that. If you have another one, put it on there if you want. Alright, we gotta get this off next, which is a 1/4 socket. And that just sets up on off that carburetor. You see where it hooks in right here. That's your choke. So we're going to leave that just hanging there. Next thing we need to do is we need to kink the gas line off so no gas drains out, which I'll probably be dumping this tank out anyways. Alright, we want to get our clamp, which is down here, squeezed and get it off. And all you want to do is twist the gas line to break the seal. It should just come off just like that. Just like I said, I'm going to get a pan. I'm going to drain that gas out of the tank because most likely there's probably stuff in the tank. Alright, there's 2 bolts back here. They're 3/8. We need to get those off. And there should only be 2. Alright, once you get those 2 bolts off, remember, don't lose none of your gaskets when you come out or when you take it off. Alright, now this, we want to bring it just like you got to wiggle a little bit. Hold your governor rod. And just pull down and wiggle, or pull like I did. Now you see there's an O-ring right here. I'm going to take that back off. And that's going to go back onto here. That's your O-ring, that's your gasket, so don't lose that. Alright, now we're ready to go to the other side and clean it. Alright, first thing we're going to need is a 1/2-inch socket. We need to take this bolt off here. And there's a gasket on there, so don't lose it. Right there. We're going to set that to the side. I about dropped it. Let me clean up this again. Carburetor's a little on the dirty side. We're going to set all that right there for now. Alright, the bowl. Sometimes you got to tap on them a little bit. Don't be hitting it too hard so you put dents in them. We're going to take the float off when there's just a little pin right here. You just pull out. And then remember, there's a needle there that falls out, which I'll show you. This is why I keep it on an angle. See the needle? If you turn it this way, it falls out. So make sure you kind of hold it in place where it doesn't fall out of there. And it just slides in there like that. Set that there. just to forewarn you, do not spray any carb cleaner into where your needle goes. There's a rubber grommet in there that swells it up and messes it up. So if you spray in there, most likely you'll have to change that out. I don't ever spray in there so I don't get it messed up. So we're going to go ahead and spray through all the holes, except this one. That's where that rubber grommet is. We don't want to mess that up. Just want to get them all sprayed, make sure they're all working right. And wear eye protection, gloves, so you're not getting this in your eyes. It does burn. Alright, that seems to be pretty good. Now I'm going to take the bowl, clean it out. Make sure there's nothing in it. You don't want no dirt in it. No dirt, any of that stuff. So, alright, we're going to head and clean this holes out of this. Yep, that one's working. Let's see if this other side's working. Yep. It's alright. I think I pretty well got it cleaned out. You know, you can use air compressor to blow through your holes too, you know, to get everything working right. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put our floating needle back on. Don't lose your needle. And keep everything on an angle so it sets in there. Once it's in there, go ahead and put your little rod back on. Alright, now we're ready to put the bowl on. We're going to spray that float off a little bit. My fingers was a little dirty. Definitely want to keep that clean. It's very important. And then, you know, before you start spraying on this, I didn't think about it. Take the gasket off, which this one, the gasket stayed there. So that's good. You don't want that gasket on there when you're spraying probably, so it doesn't expand on you. Alright, we got the bowl on. We're going to go ahead and put that bolt back in. Tighten it down. Now we're ready to put it back on the machine. Alright, we're going to get our carburetor put back on, which we got to get the rod put on. That's just slide it in there. Turn. Just like that. I'll go ahead and get our bolts in there. Get them started. Both sides, get them started first before you tighten them down. Tighten one down. Alright. You don't want to over tighten them or you break it. Right, I need a quarter to put this back on, 1/4 inch socket. Make sure you put this little rod right here on your choke. If not, it won't start it, or it won't start it. And it should move, so if it doesn't, then you got it wrong. So make sure it moves free. And we're going to get our gas line put back on. Get our clamp put on. Alright, and if you want, before you put all the rest of the stuff on there, if you wanted to start it up, see if it's going to start, go ahead and do it. Which I did already, so it starts up. I'm going to go ahead and put everything back on. There's 3 bolts. Another 15/16. Now we're going to get our air breather put back on, which it just falls. Or, hang on. Let me see if I can get you better. There we go. There's these 3 little clips right here. They go in between here. Goes into there. And, you know, flathead screwdriver, 15/16 socket. Tighten it down. And we're going to go ahead and get these put on the Phillips screws. But you may have to move the plastic around to get them to start. Hang on. Alright, we're going to go ahead and this piece just clips into the here. Then you have to move it around to get your screws started. And then you just tighten down. Just like that. Alright, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.